All right. Hey there. Good morning. I'm meteorologist Ben Peine right here live in the kitchen again this morning. As I mentioned before, that we are in the moving stages at Extol Media Studios in Uptown New Albany into a new building there. So excited to show you the new studios here in I don't know, maybe a week or two. We'll see how quickly it goes. Today is Wednesday, January the 7th. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Happy hump day. Starting to see out the window the clouds beginning to clear a little bit, starting to see a little bit of sunshine in there. It's going to be a great day today. 50s, very light wind, if any wind out there. Just a peaceful day. Temperatures running about 10 to 15 degrees above normal for this time of the year. Our normal high is 43. So we're doing pretty good out there for today. In fact, here is live look at what's going on out there. There you can see just a little bit of brightness in some of the clouds here. We're looking at the waterfront there in New Albany and Clarksville, looking toward the Louisville skyline here with the Falls of the Ohio Foundation.org camera. The Falls of the Ohio Foundation cam. And our temperature starting off here a little bit on the cool side in the 40s, but again, above normal as our normal low temperatures here in January are in the 20s. So we are starting off above normal. And for today, it is Wednesday, and it is Wednesdays with Weddington. So here shortly, we should be talking to this guy right here from Weddington Custom Homes. That is Brad Weddington. We're talking about the new year and what's happening with him coming up here in a second. By the way, it's a reminder, if you have any questions for around the home, it could be about hanging something on the wall or something going on in the basement or the foundation or the roof or the yard, whatever it is about buying or selling real estate. Let us know in the comments if you have any questions, and we will get to Brad here in just a little bit. If you are new to the program, I like to give you that forecast right off the bat here. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. If you're watching the replay, feel free to drop in the comments. I'll check those later as well if you have any questions. And let us know where you're watching from, too, whether it's in Indiana or Kentucky or beyond. We've had people across the pond in Europe comment before. So let us know where you're watching from. This has been at 10. It's your morning weather show for Southern Indiana, for Metro Louisville, Kentucky, and the Ohio Valley. We'll be talking about an unsettled end to our work week, meaning some rain, some storm chances, some wind, and maybe finishing off the weekend with some snow. So we have plenty to talk about with this slow-moving system across the area as our weather. Again, Ben at 10, we're testing out the power of Starlink internet. I see it going out every once in a while. By the way, they are in our front yard digging huge holes right now along the road. So they're burying fiber. So I'm hoping to have some really great internet here very soon. We're coming up to the year 2000 here in this neighborhood. We're making it to the future here. So that'll be great. Again, every once in a while with Starlink, I don't know, the satellites passing by every once in a while, there might be a little bit of a brief dropout. We've seen that before. Again, this is Ben at 10. So let me know if you have any weather questions. You can guide this conversation wherever you'd like it to go. And thanks for watching, whether it's on my page, Meteorologist Ben Peine. Thanks for liking or sharing. By the way, that goes a long way. Subscribing on YouTube, EXTOL Media is where you can find us there. And here is a look at our weather headlines for today. We're going to be clearing out some sunshine in the forecast for your weather headlines here for our January 7th. A few light rain showers tomorrow afternoon. I think a large part of our Thursday will be dry, though, especially in the morning time. Not a bad day with temperatures heading into the 60s with a warm front. We'll have some showers and thunderstorms for Thursday night into Friday morning. Right now, any severe weather threat looks very low with that. We'll talk more about that here in just a second. Kentucky, a little better chance with some energy down that way. And then some on and off rain showers for Friday. And then we'll be looking at maybe a chance for some flurries Saturday night and into Sunday as some colder weather begins to drop our way. Looks like we got some comments popping in here. Let's take a look here. We've got Beverly Haggis from Borden, Indiana. I won't be on in the morning. Got to go to the hospital and have a procedure done. We wish you very well with that, Beverly Haggis. But thanks for saying hi here very quickly. Any chance we have in getting invaded by the dreaded polar vortex this weekend? Certainly could happen, Tim. I don't see it really happening maybe in January. I think we're going to get chillier, but kind of normal chilly, but not extreme like a polar vortex would do. But winter might really kick in last week of January into February might be when we have our winter. I think we will see some light snow chances here in January, but I'm not seeing anything real heavy at this time. And then we've got Perry Porter pop into the comments here. Good morning. Got shoulder replacement yesterday. So Sandy waiting on me, keeping my coffee full and some awesome breakfast. Heal well, my friend, with that, and enjoy the coffee. And hopefully the shoulder is back 100% here soon. And I too have the coffee this morning. And by the way, if you're also new to the show, we get you the forecast off the bat. We'll look at some current conditions. Today's Wednesdays with Weddington. We'll be talking with Brad Weddington from Weddington Custom Homes. And then we'll be looking at your weather model data, like timing out the forecast in more detail, usually around 10:20. But if Brad pops on here in a little bit, it might be a little bit later than that. We got a good morning here from Orlean Whitlow, 40 degrees, and the sun shining through in Hodgenville. Love it. Should be warming up pretty decent today. 44 at Lillian Lasley's house with a good morning from Lillian and Christian Walker with 41 degrees up in Carmel, Indiana. I don't see any severe weather for you, Christian. It should stay all well south of you. Dennis Gregory, good morning from Bedford. Loving the walk-in weather. I did, Dennis, thinking about you, get in about a 3-mile hilly run yesterday. And I'm not too sore, so I'm enjoying that. Meredith Piney, my sister-in-law, the mug is at the Extol Media Studios. I do not bring it home with me. If the weather is bad, I do have a Grumpy Cat mug. I might switch out at home, but on the good weather days, it is bliss, Meredith. Christian's got the second cup of coffee there this morning. All right, let's bring in some current conditions here this morning. And then we'll start to dig into the forecast. We have some cloudy conditions here overall, although I am seeing, as we look at this satellite, some nice clearing happening. So we are going to end up with, I think, a lot of sunshine today. Here is a look at I'm going to just hit the refresh button here at extolmag.com/weather. And this is where you can find a ton of resources here. We've got our live show that is up right now. So thanks for subscribing to that. You have interactive maps, 42 degrees, the current temperature at Extol Media Studios, very, very light breeze all day today. So just a calm and peaceful Wednesday, a wonderful Wednesday, a happy hump day, weather-wise. This is a look at our forecast through the middle of next week, hour by hour on the right side. You've also got your hourly forecast that take you through the rest of today with the different variables: humidity, wind, precipitation, temperature, cloud conditions. The brand new 7-day forecast that I posted up here, the brand new weather story that goes into some more details across our region. In the middle of the page, we have the severe weather outlooks, and the day 2 severe weather outlook, which would take you to Thursday night, shows just a little bit of green. That is level 1 out of 5, and that is west of our area down here in Missouri and Arkansas. And then Friday's severe weather risk is level 1 and 2 down south in Kentucky. We'll talk more about that here in just a second as we break out the weather model maps. The big gray interactive map should show us some nice satellite photos, upper right-hand corners where you find the different variables. Again, you can click on the clouds. And there's that little layer of clouds starting to move off to the east. Look at that nice clearing out to the west. I think it's going to be a beautiful day today. When we plot the temperatures here, we are starting off in the lower 40s in most locations. There's a lot of other stuff you can check out as well. There's like 39 more layers. I think there's 40-something layers. And if you click on the rain, thunder, and you can hit play with that, and that will be your future cast. You can watch this line down at the bottom, scroll ahead, and we'll likely see some rain developing out to our west. Right there, as you can see in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, that is the next system that is going to bring some unsettled weather for a couple of days, especially Friday and Saturday. This is the rain Friday morning and some spotty showers throughout the day Friday. We might get a little bit of a break from time to time for Friday. And it looks like another wave coming in from the southwest as we head into Saturday with some scattered showers. And then up in the upper left-hand corner, that is snow showers that will be possible late Saturday night and Sunday. Watch this right there. A little chance of some flurries passing by on Sunday as some colder air begins to wrap in on the backside of the system. So just a glance that we can play around with and be your own meteorologist here at Extol and current temperatures and winds and any alerts or warnings will be plotted out there as well. There are a lot of different variables that you can see on the left side of your screen, and you can mess around with that. And again, today is Wednesday. Wednesdays with Weddington. So again, we should be talking to Brad here in just a second. And I'm going to check on him here in just a second as well. But you can head to Weddington Custom Homes if you want to learn more about what his services are and what he has to offer. And of course, a home needs a good roof, and it might need to be repaired. Alliance Roofing, Lyons, right here, based out of Memphis, Indiana, but they got you covered on both sides of the river. You can call 812-294-3595. Get a free quote online here at lionsroofingco.com. And as we look here to Ivy Tech Community College, this is our home base in Southern Indiana for powering the workforce in Southern Indiana. ivytech.edu. Click on Sellersburg, and they are about to, let me hit the refresh button here. Did our internet go out a little bit again? What I was concerned about too, because they are digging in the front yard, they're burying fiber. I was like, we've had some instances where the power's gone out, water's gone out. So we're going to hope that everything stays good out here for today. But again, once that fiber's up and loaded, we should be rocking and there we go. Fun little drop out there. Right. We got a couple popping. Oh, there we go. We're popping back on. We got a good morning here from Tammy and Vicky. Thanks for tuning in here this morning. But again, back to American Family Insurance. They got you covered. Life insurance, car insurance, home insurance, all different kinds of insurances. You can bundle, you can save, you can use their app and save like we do. Student discounts. Get a quote here. Tell them I sent you 812-578-3072. And you can go to amfam.com and just search Michael Long. It'll take you right to his page. So again, thanks to all of our partners here for allowing us to do what we do right here on the Ben at 10 show. All right, moving right along here. Again, we got some cloudy conditions. We're about to break out your forecast here. We had a couple more comments pop in. Orlean Whitlow, could you keep up with that fox yesterday? That was cool. Yeah, it was neat because we've had this, what I thought was a small dog lost in the woods the last couple of nights, but finally saw the fox, and it was kind of it sounds like a yappy little dog. And he took off running. So that was on my page yesterday. And Sue Shively, good morning. So you got the coffee. Enjoy your day. You as well on the second big cup here. Christian, that is very tough. I'm glad you're feeling better about that. All right. Let's go ahead and bring up the forecast here for today. Get rid of that and bring up this. So here's what we're looking at overall. We got clearing sky today, already seeing some sunshine out there. A few light rain showers tomorrow afternoon with a warm front, some showers and thunderstorms late Thursday night to Friday morning. Any severe weather threat looks very low and mainly to our south, but some gusty rain showers will be possible. Might get some flurries passing by on Sunday as some colder air passes through. Our average coldest temperatures in about 9 days, typically, and I think we will be heading towards a chilly pattern, maybe some light snow off and on for the rest of this month. But we might not really see winter really kick in maybe until February. We'll see. Average highs in the 50s in February by February 20th. That's 44 days. Time change in 60 days and 71 days until spring. The numbers keep getting lower and lower. Here's the weather history for today, 1873, the Great Plains blizzard. Blizzard raged. Many pioneers perished. Visibility with very low visibility down to 3 feet. Cows suffocated. Trains stuck. 70 plus died. 1989, the Allendale, Illinois tornado, F4, demolished 52 homes, damaged 54, 50 injuries, and only foundations left in that area. 1996, central Indiana snow, 5 to 10 inches, but apparently it must have been very windy. It says up to 10 feet drifts. That's crazy. Closed many roads. Anybody remember 1996 snow? I do not. I was 16. 1998, the Canadian ice storm, 80 plus hours of freezing rain, over 3 inches of ice and rain in Ottawa, Montreal, widespread power outages. In 2008, tornado outbreak from Oklahoma to Wisconsin, EF3 tornadoes in northern Illinois and southeastern Wisconsin. And our stupid weather jokes of the day. Why did the jaguar eat the tightrope walker? He wanted a balanced meal. What is a knight's favorite fish? Of course, a swordfish. What do you call a sleeping bull? A bulldozer. These are some friendly little like kindergarten dad jokes here for today. All right, your forecast here. Clearing out and mild today, a high of 56. That's about 13 above normal for this time of the year. Ooh, I don't know if this will stay on here or not. Let's see. Will it stay there? There's a guy fishing out there and a train going over. Well, that was cool. Well, you got a boat, you got a train, you got maybe an airplane here in a second. All right. I just saw that view. I had to take a look at it. All right, let's get rid of that and bring the forecast here back up. Okay, so the wind very light today. Not much of a breeze out there. Sunset at 5:38. Or sunset's gradually getting a little bit later. Also to note, here very soon, starting tomorrow morning, our sunrise will get 1 minute earlier. So what that means here is that we're now seeing gradually longer days. We were having later sunrises and later sunsets. Now we're getting both ends getting lighter. So tomorrow morning, 7:59 instead of 8 a.m. So the sunrise is getting a little earlier. The sunset's getting a little bit later, getting more daylight. So that is good. Just wanted to mention that very quickly. All right. So here's your forecast for tonight. Low of 41 degrees, partly cloudy, cool and dry, and just a light southeast breeze. And your forecast here for tomorrow, we're looking at 41 degrees out the door, 57 at noon. And then as that warm front lifts north, south winds kick in. And hey, a pretty good warm up on the way. 65 degrees, that forecast high. And I'll give it about a 30% chance of a shower here for tomorrow afternoon. But I think a decent amount of dry time here for our Thursday. It's not going to be too bad whatsoever. Now, our 7-day forecast, we've got some on and off rain. I think some showers and thunderstorms possible early Friday. And again, we'll look at that super low severe weather threat, mostly off to our south. 67 for Friday afternoon and breezy southwest winds around 10 to 20. And then Saturday, some chillier rain showers as temperatures will be dropping through the day behind the cold front. When you add up all the rainfall from Thursday through Saturday, could be up around an inch of rainfall. That's not enough to really cause any problems. And then some colder air for Sunday. Might have some flurries off and on, but above freezing, so that wouldn't cause any problems. And then we're quiet and chilly for Monday and Tuesday. And then Wednesday, next week, we might be chilly enough to have kind of a rain-snow mix across the area. So we'll be taking a look at that. And we had a couple comments here. Christian, you should get maybe a shower tomorrow afternoon. Again, we'll look at the weather model data here for you in just a second. Orlean Whitlow, loving the jokes. Lillian Lasley, loving the jokes. Christian Walker, loving the jokes. And Marceline Wilson, thanks for tuning in here this morning. Happy to keep you updated here. And so we have come to the time when we're going to be talking to this guy right here, Brad Weddington. So let me see if I can bring him up to the stage. Brad, can you hear me?
I can hear you just clear. How about you?
I can hear you well as well. So happy New Year, buddy.
You too. You too.
And how was the holidays?
Holidays were great. They were nice. But this, I know you always say I talk about the weather, but Ben, it's like, what is it? Is it in the 60s out here?
We're going to be 50s today, buddy. And then we're going to be heading into let me bring you up full screen here a little bit more. 60s next couple days. And Christmas week was crazy warm. We had that day in the 70s.
Oh yeah. Oh
So that
yeah.
was
It was
wild.
nice. Well, I guess it was Sunday what was it, Sunday the 28th or 27th, when it was close to 70 degrees here.
Yes, indeed. So we're still waiting. I mean, we had a cold early December, but we're waiting for winter to really kind of kick in. So that it might still be a while. But hey, we've got some news for you. I hear. Let me bring this back up to the stage here. And so, what was this all about here recently?
Oh, that was our annual Christmas dinner at Caesars that we have for Home Builders Association. That is Building and Development Association of Southern Indiana. And I was actually elected as chairman of that association. That is.
Now, are you? So you've been a board member? Is that correct?
I've been a board member with, we call it the BDASI, but it's the Building and Development Association of Southern Indiana. And I've been on their board since, I believe, 2019. So coming up on 7 years. And this past year, I was elected as chairman for 2026.
Oh, nice! Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
So
Thank
this
you.
is. I'm going to bring this up to the stage here. This is the page that we're talking about. Let me get rid of this and bring up this right here. So this is the Building and Development Association of Southern Indiana. So what is their scope? What is their main job as an organization association? And then what are their boundaries, their real estate that they cover throughout our area?
We cover. I know it's Clark Floyd, Harrison Scott. I think over into Jefferson is our territory of the Building and Development Association of Southern Indiana. But it kind of rolls up from there. It goes up to what's called the IBA, which is the Indiana Builders Association. And then it rolls up to national, which is what's the NAHB, National Association of Home Builders. So basically, it's an organization of home builders and professionals in our industry, um, whether it's home builders or associates. And we basically work to protect our industry, is our goal. Um, Help with legislation, help with a lot of things, and we work with each other on this.
Yeah, I did. I did look up the board members' names. I mean, there's some prominent names in, of course, your industry. Are you working with cities and towns with their comprehensive plans and zoning and future development and that kind of things?
There's a lot of things that are involved in that. That would definitely be a long-term goal for us, is to really work with a lot of these counties on planning, comprehensive growth plans, items like that. What we're really wanting to do is getting more and more involved in the school system to help train these new people into our industry, because there's been such a lack of people coming into our industry, especially for the past decade, that we really have a shortage of qualified people in our industry. So we're really working
Oh yeah.
with school systems, trade schools, items like that, to try to promote our industry, basically. So it's a really
Prosser, a big one
program.
here. Very good. And it says there's membership opportunities. So if people don't know about it, they can head here to bdasi.org. And you might have to work with this guy right here once in a while. So you guys have events every now and again, get together, have meetings, that kind of thing.
Yeah, we do. We do a couple golf scrambles every year, but it's not as much of a just hang out and have a good time type thing. We really are an organization that works hard to put the money into play to help our industry. So we're really proud of what we do. And it's a great organization.
Very good. Well, again, congratulations, Chairman Brad Weddington. And moving on to some fun stuff here. We've got kimmelracing.com. So there I see on the back of that 69 red car right there, there's a sign that says Weddington Custom Homes. We talked a little bit of this about the summer and last summer when you guys had the races and having some fun out there. But tell us what 2026 looks like and your involvement here.
Well, I'm going to be back involved with the race team again this year. Excited about that. I don't know how many races we're going to actually race as far as Will's car, that particular car, because I know ARCA took Charlotte off of the schedule for this year. So I don't know where we're going to fit in, if where we're going to race this year. For sure, we will definitely do Salem. So we're going to be looking forward to that. You know, that's going to be in September. Hopefully,
that is a fun race.
Yeah.
I thank you because I mean you put that on my radar, and I've never been to the Salem track, even though it's right in our backyard here. And what a convenient spot, easy parking. It's not expensive. Cold beer. It's a good time.
It's a neat atmosphere. It really is. And yeah, to have something like that, Salem, in our backyard, people don't realize it.
So, and just real quick, Kimmel Racing, long-time family name here. Will, their main race car driver right now, but they help people across the country and even kind of internationally, other race car drivers. They will help outfit them. Is that kind of the setup?
Yeah, the way they work is, you know, they've been in their industry for 70 plus years, so they know the ins and the outs. And they actually have cars that they'll lease out to drivers. I know they have 2 drivers this year that are going to do a couple races with them, and that's really helpful. And that's how they continue on their operation is by doing that, because they have all the tools, equipment. It's kind of like in my industry, you know, if you came to me, I've already got all the saws, all the nail guns, all you name it to build a house. They have all those things to run a race operation. So it's a cool little setup. They're right there in Clarksville off of Lewis and Clark Parkway. So I know, like I said, I know they've got a couple races to do this year, and they'll kick it all off with Daytona.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's not cheap to do racing. I've heard the price of tires and things like that. So, you know, I got another question here. We talked about the Building and Development Association of Southern Indiana. We talked about Kimmel Racing. Let's talk about Brad and what 2026 looks like for you. Are you trying anything new? What are you looking forward to in the new year here, building wise and in your industry?
I don't know. Every year is its own adventure, Ben. We are really excited about going into 26, though. We really are. We've got some additions to our company, our team, that we added probably midpoint last year that I'm really excited about this year. Got some great people in great places. It's exciting. It's exciting, and I'm looking forward to the year and what we can do as far as we are kind of looking in growth mode again. So we're excited about that.
Okay. So what was growth mode mean? If you add a couple houses, you got the team to do all that. Might have to add a person.
I got the crew to handle it right now. We could probably add 2 to 3 homes per year, based on our capacity. So it's a new position for me to be in, to where I can kind of not sit back, but I can kind of go, all right, I've finally got the people in the places that I need for now. Because, you know, Ben, that's a moving target. But right now we are really excited about this year. So we'll see what it comes to.
And if you're just tuning in, this is Brad Weddington Custom Homes. And if you have any questions for around the home, or, you know, if you're thinking about building a house, this is the man right here for Southern Indiana. And you can go to weddingtoncustomhomes.com. Now, people put me on the hot seat with forecasting. Let's put you on the hot seat because you're in building. Yes, I can shake your head. You're in building and development and helping people with land and all that stuff, and loans and all that fun stuff. So what do you think? What's the market look like for this year, next year? I mean, I hear, rumors that the interest rates are going down, but I also hear, the word like indecision or just not knowing what's going to be happening for our future. What do you see, market wise, and specifically to real estate, buying, selling land, maybe not just building a custom home, but maybe just buying a home. What do you think in real estate? Tough question.
I know you put me on the hot seat, but I do think about these things quite a bit because there's different markets even too. So when you look at where we've got, sorry, I had a text. When you look at where we're at in interest rates, we've been in a high interest rate environment for the past, call it 2 years. And we say high interest rate environment. Historically, it's not a high interest rate environment. So we've had to get used to these interest rates again because we've got so used to 2020, 2021. So
Yeah.
as interest rates start to trickle down a little bit, I look for it to pick up especially in the starter home market, that type of market. So I do look for interest rates to come down a little bit. I don't have a crystal ball. I would like to see them closer to that 5 range by the end of the year. That really helps to boost our industry. Plays a big role. It plays a big role. And then some of the homes that I do, those people have different resources to pull from, so it maybe not affect them as much. So there's so many different markets out there. But as a whole, if you look at it as a whole, I look for the industry to pick up a little bit this year.
Can the rate go too low? I mean, we locked on at like 2.9. We got lucky here, but back when we refinanced, and then the houses are selling like crazy, and there's the prices of houses go crazy. So you're saying kind of a magic number around 5?
That would be nice because when you've seen it go down to sub 3, you've seen the prices go up. You've seen everything get a little bit nutty, and the problem with that big of a dip in interest rate is it also locked a lot of people in, because a lot of people look at it and they go, man, why would I ever sell mine because I've got a 275 or 29 on my house, and I'm going to replace it with a 6%? I don't think so. So it locks a lot of people down to say, I'm not moving. I'm not getting rid of this rate. And I don't blame them for that.
And a lot of you might not know, but for a while in a different life, Brad was a financial advisor, so he knows a little bit about this stuff as well, not only just a custom home builder. But if you want to, here, I'm going to bring this up. Head to learn more about Brad's services and a look at what he's built and some testimonials. You can go to weddingtoncustomhomes.com. And of course, he's got contact information if you want to get in contact with Brad right there. Anything else you want to add to the Wednesdays with Weddington today?
Hey, as long as I can complain as much as I want about how wet and nasty it is out here now, but I'll take it over the freezing cold. So just keep those temps away from me, Ben, and we can keep going through.
Yeah. We're going to get a little bit chillier, but hey, enjoy the 60s the next couple of days and a little bit of wet weather. All right. Appreciate you, Brad. Thanks for hopping on the show. Good talk as always.
Good to see you, Ben.
See you, man. Bye. And we'll see Brad in a couple of weeks, as well as every other week. We'll have Brad on the show. And if you have any questions, again, from around the home, let me know, and we'll stick it to Brad, and we'll put him in the hot seat every day. All right, let's get back to the forecast here. We just wrapped up with Brad, and going to bring up the 7-day forecast to give you a peek at that, and then we'll look at the weather model data here at 10:34. And we've got some unsettled weather to finish off this week. Tomorrow, I think just a few light rain showers in the afternoon as a warm front lifts north. We're looking at 65, so making Brad happy there with those warm temperatures. 67 on Friday, and some off and on rain. I think it's going to be wettest Friday morning. I think we may get a little bit of a break Friday afternoon, so I don't think it's going to be a total washout. And there might be some thunderstorm activity early on Friday. I don't think it's going to be severe for us. I think some gusty showers will be possible. And then Saturday, some on and off showers, but temperatures dropping. I think it's going to be warmest in the 50s Saturday morning. We might fall to the 40s Saturday afternoon, then highs only in the 30s with maybe a few flurries there on Sunday. Sunday. All right, let's get to the weather models. And first off, with the weather maps, is look at the radar and satellite, and we're starting to clear out that sky. I'm seeing more and more blue sky outside of my weather window 5000. There you can see just a few little clouds left over as we look across much of the United States. Things are pretty quiet for now, but a system will be developing down to our southwest as a trough digs over the eastern United States. And this is going to promote some storm development our way. First, we'll get a warm front lifting through the area. Just want to do a little drawing here this morning. We get a warm front with maybe a few light rain showers tomorrow. And then we're going to get a couple waves of wet weather from time to time tomorrow night into early Friday, and then Friday night into Saturday with what we call some short waves, which are little disturbances that move through. And then Saturday, we will get a cold front to move through, and that will keep some rain showers around the area, some raindrops. And then Sunday, colder weather moving in, and that means the chance for some snowflakes. All right, that's enough of my drawing right there. Let's get to the maps. And we're going to just jump ahead to, first of all, the Storm Prediction Center, and then we'll time out the rainfall on the way. We'll look at the rainfall totals as well. And this is the severe weather risk for today down over Oklahoma and Texas. As we go to day 2, this is going to slide to the east as the storm moves off to the east. And notice that small risk, it's only level 1 out of 5, that dark green out to our west around the Mississippi River and west towards Oklahoma and Texas. That's where some storms will be tomorrow. And then we go to day 3, that is Friday. And this shows yellow. That is a slight risk of severe storms. So the threat of severe storms going up a little bit more for areas off to the south over western Tennessee into northwestern Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana. Now, there is level 1 out of 5 with the severe weather risk categories in, I'd say, the southwestern half of Kentucky. There's that green right there. So this area right here is level 1 out of 5. Still overall pretty low risk. And then Indiana is not under a risk of severe weather at this time. That very light green is just called general thunderstorms. It's not for a risk of severe weather. So that's from the Storm Prediction Center. The higher threat early Friday is off to the southwest as we get a little energy down that way. Okay, let's bring up, again, the weather models. And we will first bring up the high resolution weather models to look at our chance of some showers tomorrow. And so I'm going to bring up the HRRR 48-hour version, and I'm going to jump ahead to tomorrow, the 8th of January. I feel like we're already at the 8th of January tomorrow. I think time could slow down just a tad. Just a tad. I feel like I've said it before, 2025 seemed like a race by, and then we're already heading to the middle of January. So there you can see the storm developing out to our west, the center of it over the Great Plains tomorrow, but arcing ahead of the center of low pressure, the storm system, is a warm front. So this is going into tomorrow afternoon. Notice west of I-65 looks like just kind of a couple sprinkles. Going into the afternoon hours, this shows very light green. So tomorrow afternoon, would not be surprised if we get a sprinkle or a couple light rain showers with that. But even if we get that, it's going to be feeling good. Again, that is a warm front. So temperatures are going to be on the warm side. Take a look at here. Look at these numbers as we plot these out. So well into the 60s all over our region. And pretty easy to find a warm front. There you can see it's the leading edge of warm air. So all this is warming up. We'll put these little loops on there, these barbs indicating a warm front. Again, the center of the storm system out to the west. And so there is our Thursday. Warm and eventually getting a little bit breezy, especially Thursday night. I think we'll have some wind gusts around 20 to 30 miles per hour. So there's our warm and just a little bit of rain for Thursday. Now, and what's crazy too is that during the lowest temperatures into Friday morning, we may not even dip into the 50s during the overnight period Friday morning. We may stay around 60 for a low Thursday night. Um, yeah, see, these are the low temperatures Friday morning. That is kind of like a late spring-like start. It's feeling like April, May for Friday morning. So very warm there. Let me go back to the rainfall, the reflectivity. It's called reflectivity because the radar bounces off the radar beam and then it comes back to the radar and it tells us where rain is. Radar, radio detection and ranging. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, there could be some storms, Christian, but I wouldn't worry about it, especially for you up in Indianapolis. This is 11 p.m. Thursday night. We're going to go kind of hour by hour here as we head to the overnight hours. This is going into 4 a.m. Friday morning. And there you can see that line of some gusty showers just out to our west. So mainly kind of an early Friday morning thing with this chance of some showers and some thunderstorms. This is 6 a.m. Here is going into 7 o'clock Friday morning. And again, some gusty rain showers will be possible. Looking at the 850 millibar winds, these are the winds at around 5,000 feet. A highly sheared environment, meaning there's a lot of strong winds aloft, showing 50 to 70 mile per hour winds. Again, not far off the deck. This is 5,000 feet. So if you do get some showers that kind of tap into some of those winds, that can produce some strong winds at the surface. Again, the severe weather threat, very, very low for our area, though, because if we bring up the most unstable CAPE, this is the available potential energy for storms. This is why the severe weather threat is higher to our south. There's not much energy for the storms to get strong over our region, but you can see the energy is much higher to the south. That's why there's that severe weather threat down that direction for Friday morning. Okay, so that was Friday morning. We now need to go into a longer range weather model because the highest resolutions models only go out about 48 hours. This is going into Friday afternoon. Again, you can see the higher energy for severe storms, the CAPE. Again, that's convective available potential energy is higher for areas off to the south. So we've had events similar to this. We had two of them in December where we had very low energy for storms. We had high wind energy, kinematics. So gusty rain showers is often what we get with that. Back to the reflectivity here. Going into our Friday morning, there's some scattered showers passing through. This front might get hung up for a little while Friday afternoon to our southeast, if you notice that here. And that might give us a little bit of a break. So you got this rain to our southeast Friday afternoon. So parts of our area might, get a decent dry break. I don't think it's going to be a washout for Friday. I think, as that sits there. And then the next wave for Friday evening, Friday night is going to come up from the southwest. And then that's going to bring back in some more pretty good rain chances. So as we look ahead here, notice that developing off to the southwest and then, not looking great here. Friday night into Saturday morning might have a few thunderstorms passing through. This is 7 a.m. Saturday. The snapshot right there, some wet weather. And then temperatures begin to drop Saturday afternoon and some light rain lingers over the area. This is a look at the dropping temperatures. We could be in the 50s Saturday morning, but notice here 40s by Saturday afternoon. So Saturday looks like an opposite kind of day where we have the warmest temperatures in the morning and then colder temperatures in the afternoon. So a transition day with that cold front moving through Saturday morning. Not a pleasant day, especially by the afternoon. And Friday, by the way, go Hoosiers down in Georgia. Taking on the Oregon Ducks again. So good luck to the Hoosiers. I think everybody is rooting on the Hoosiers, no matter what school you're a fan of. All right. And then if we precip type this and we look off to the north, notice there's some snow on the backside of this system. And we might be able to wrap in some flurries. This is as far out as the NAM weather model goes into Saturday night. But I'm going to switch this over to the GFS weather model. And it has been showing a little bit of flurry activity as well for late Saturday night and a Sunday morning. So now we're going into the 11th, which is our Sunday. And that also has some cold air catching up to this system, meaning we could switch over to some light snow showers, some flurries. But I think we'll be above freezing Sunday, so not worried about any accumulation or any problems, even if we see some snow. So for you snow lovers, there's a little bit of hope. Hashtag bots bring on the snow a little bit there Sunday. Not a whole lot showing up, but the GFS is not alone. The NAM's not alone. The Canadian and the European weather model also showing a little bit of light snow from time to time for our Sunday. And of course, some colder temperatures as well. If you can squeeze out some snowflakes, you're obviously talking about some chilly air. So as we go into our Sunday afternoon, that's showing some 30s there. If it is a touch breezy, here are the wind chills showing around low 20s. Feeling like for our Sunday afternoon, you have to fire the wood stove back up and hope we have enough wood to keep us going through the winter time. And Mary Dale just got in here in time to say goodbye and have a great day. Did I miss any news about your move or career news? No news yet, but stay tuned. But thanks for paying attention, though. I appreciate that. All right, then we are going to be kind of normal chilly into early next week. We're dry Monday and Tuesday. And then next Wednesday, we might see a little bit of a wintry mix. So we can kind of jump ahead here. The really cold air, the extreme cold air, notice is still way up to the north. That's that kind of dark gray area. I think someone was asking about the polar vortex earlier. That's that way up to the north, that really cold air. That's still locked up that direction. Now, as we go into Wednesday. So Wednesday is going to be the 14th. Let's check out the 14th. This is 14th at 4 p.m. We might get a little bit of rain to start off with, and we might get a little bit of snow on the backside of the system. I feel like the European weather model and the Canadian weather model are a little more aggressive with some snow chances like Wednesday night, maybe in the Thursday morning. So next week, not now. So this is going into Thursday morning. Waiting for this to load up here. And so we might pick up a little wintry mix here around that time frame. I'm going to go back to the temperature map into our Thursday morning next week. Not too crazy cold. Now, the last thing I'm going to do that we've been doing pretty much every day this winter is looking to see if any severe cold outbreaks will come. And that is going to be associated with something like this blob there, and then these blobs up in the North Pole. That's, the term polar vortex. If that can come down south with the jet stream, then we get extreme cold. Haven't been seeing that showing up for the rest of January. But let's just kind of take a look day by day as we roll out the rest of the GFS weather model here that goes out 384 hours. So going into the 16th, that really cold air is still to the north. We're going to jump ahead to the 17th. Extreme cold north in Canada. I'm going to go ahead to the 18th. Still north, going into the 19th. Still north, but you can see that. That would be the jet stream trying to take a dive. Going into the 20th of January. It tries to take a dive, but doesn't quite get here. The Polar Express, not quite strong enough. And once again, we're going to have some chilly temperatures. I mean, this is all warm down here. These are kind of normal temperatures for us. And then this is the extreme cold. Okay. There's different air masses that we're talking about, different levels of cold. And I'm not seeing the extremeness heading our way yet. Now we're going into the 22nd of January, 375 hours out with the GFS weather model. Cold air still bottled up to the north. What would cause that to happen and not come down here? Well, the jet stream orientation is flat. Jet stream is like this, coming off the Pacific. It just keeps everything cold locked up to our north. We need the jet stream, if you want winter to really happen, to take this dive over us. Not seeing that orientation with the jet stream at this point. Going back to the temperature map, and this is as far out as the GFS weather model will go. So all the really cold air is locked up to the north. It could be cold enough though for some clipper systems to give us some occasional light snow showers over the next few weeks. I just don't see anything major setting up with this flat flow. This is preventing a harsh winter from happening. This flat jet stream, we call that a laminar flow. We call it a zonal flow. It is flat. You need the jet stream to take that dip, that dive, create a trough over the eastern United States to really get winter to kick in. So I think we're pretty tame for much of the rest of this month. And since we looked at the long range there, you know that has been the good old Ben on a Limb segment right there. All right. Here's a live look outside with still some cloudy conditions, although out my weather window 5000 in my kitchen, we have some blue skies peeking through here. Starting to look a little bit brighter. There's a boat out there, somebody fishing right out by the fossil beds here by the falls of the Ohio. And there's some guys fishing there too. More boats. It must be a good fishing day out there. My neighbor also went fishing this morning. So we're starting to see those clouds break apart here with the live view of the Falls of the Ohio Foundation.org camera that you can check out anytime. We'll do a forecast recap as well. This is a look at the current conditions here at extolmag.com/weather with a look at the current conditions here in the 40s this morning, heading into the 50s later on this afternoon, currently at 42 degrees. And let's go ahead and do a recap of the forecast, and we'll wrap it up for Wednesday. And we'll bring up the weather headlines here. Here's what we're talking about. We got a clearing today with some sunshine and 50s. Might get a few light rain showers tomorrow afternoon with a warm front, but we're in the 60s. Decent amount of dry time tomorrow. Not a bad day. And then some showers and thunderstorms early Friday. And low severe weather threat with that. Some on and off showers Friday. Might get some breaks, though, Friday afternoon with some dry time. And then Friday night and Saturday, some more showers. And then some flurries with some colder temperatures on Sunday. And how many days? 9 days until what is typically the coldest part of the year, but I think that might be delayed. I think it might be February that hits us with winter. Average highs in the 50s and 44 days. That's around February 20th. Time change in 60 days, March 8th. And spring, March 20th in 71 days. And as we look ahead to today's weather history, the main one right in the middle there, 1996, Indiana had a good snow that I don't remember. I will put this on every day, as I usually do, at noon on my Facebook page, and then you can also see that on extolmag.com/weather, the weather story. I've got it put up there as well. Our stupid weather jokes of the day, not really weather related, kind of food related again. Why did the jaguar eat the tightrope walker? He wanted a balanced meal. What is the knight's favorite fish? Swordfish, of course. What do you call a sleeping bull? A bulldozer. Kind of. They're good for kindergartners. PG. And our high today, 56 degrees, clearing and mild, just a light breeze out there. Sunset at 5:38. Good looking Wednesday here for us. And 41 our low for tonight. Partly cloudy and dry. And tomorrow, again, a cloudy day, but warm, 65. That is more than 20 degrees above normal for this time of the year. And we could have a few light rain showers for our Thursday afternoon. Some off and on showers Friday. It looks wettest Friday morning. Might get a little bit of a break Friday afternoon, then wet again Friday night and into Saturday. Light rain showers Saturday with falling temperatures, warmest in the morning Saturday, and then we could fall to the 40s Saturday afternoon. Colder air begins to move in. Could have some light snow flurries from time to time Sunday with a high of 36, but we're above freezing. I don't think we'll have any problems on the roads with that. Normal, chill, and dry Monday and Tuesday. Might get a little bit of a wintry mix back by the middle of next week. And I think Sunday begins a chillier weather pattern for the rest of this month. Chilly, but not extreme cold overall. So there it is. There's their big forecast there for you. And a reminder, you can always get your weather needs, your weather forecasts. I put a lot of stuff up here every day on extolmag.com/weather, extolmag.com/weather. You can check out all of the offerings right there. I want to thank my buddy Brad Weddington again from Weddington Custom Homes for giving us some expert advice mid-show. So if you missed that, you can watch the replay. And I do want to thank our partners here at Lyons Roofing, Lyons, roofingco.com, protecting your most valuable asset for a lifetime. You can get free quotes here. You can also call them 812-294-3595 if you want your roof to look nice in 2026. Just get a quote here. Give them a call. See what they can do for you throughout Metro Louisville and beyond here in Southern Indiana and Kentucky. They've got you covered. Family owned right here out of Memphis, Indiana. They've helped out me, my friends, and lots of good reviews that you can find here online too. So there's a company you can trust that I would recommend to you. You can also trust Michael Long here, my insurance agent, to offer you a quote. Tell him I sent you, 812-578-3072. Go to amfam.com and just search Michael Long, and you can find his page right here, his contact page, and learn more about his services and offerings as well. So life insurance, car insurance, home insurance, all that good stuff. You can get quotes right there. And ivytech.edu. And you can go here to their webpage, and you can go to their campuses. They've had a little refresh on their website. So as they say, you belong here. And they're powering the workforce in Southern Indiana. They're growing too. They've got the Baptist Health Urgent Care Center that they're putting there. They've got their Family Scholarship House that they're putting there. They're making it accessible for education for our youth, and maybe not even youth, maybe some older folks want a career change. There's dozens of programs offered that you can learn more about. You can also register for Tuesdays at the Tech, get one-on-one information, how to pay for college, post-secondary education, and career coaching, and how to register and all that good stuff. They've got their schedule here. Time to maybe if you want to get going. They've got their spring sessions that are gearing up. And you can also click on the Ivy Experience, and that's going to give you a closer look at some of the videos and stuff that they have right there as well. So again, thanks to all of our partners here with Benetton and our content at Extol Weather and Extol Media. That also reminds me to let you know that if you ever want to contact me and learn about our advertising marketing solutions, easy to do. With my content on my page alone, we've been reaching millions of views per month, but we've got the power of Extol Media as well here to be your megaphone throughout Southern Indiana for your business, your organization. You can learn more by emailing me or Jason at extolmag.com. So again, thanks for your support here on the Ben at 10 show and all the content that I put out every single day. Mary saying the sun is out right now, and the overall forecast looks pretty good for this time of the year. I agree. I don't see anything extreme happening right now. And Steve Gibbons saying foggy and damp here in Brandenburg this morning. That should clear out here for you very soon. No fog here. We've got just a lot of sunshine. And a big comment here from Christian Walker saying goodbye. Spring coming up. Heading to Naples, Florida soon in April. That sounds awesome. A lot of positivity there from Christian. Appreciate that. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll be tracking a little bit of rain for tomorrow with that warm front, and we'll be timing out the rain in more detail. So what's good for tomorrow is that we get the high-resolution weather models that go out 48 hours. They give us that higher resolution data to track that next storm system on the way. So updates on that, updates on Sunday snow chance, and again, a long-range outlook as usual. So we'll see you tomorrow for the January 8th edition of Ben at 10. We'll see you later.